everyone. My name is Julia, and welcome to my digital classroom. Today, we're going to be going over lesson 9 out of 10 in our unit on the executive branch of the American government. Today's topic is impeachment and conviction. As always, my resources come from iCivics.com. You can find all those resources in the QR code in the top right corner of the screen. Now, you know I'm still committed to a 10-minute or less lesson, so let's jump right into it. Our only lesson objective for today is to be able to define and differentiate between presidential impeachment and conviction. In addition to that, we're also going to be looking at the process of what it takes to impeach a president, because that is also a term that is thrown around a lot in the media. So definitely make sure you're fact checking if you read anything about an impeachment. So, first let's ask, what does the Constitution say? The President, Vice President, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for and conviction of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. Now, I highlighted some key parts here. To be removed from office, you need to be impeached and convicted of something illegal, treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. There's a very long list of those. I don't think it's delineated in the Constitution. If you're curious, do a quick Google search, make sure it's a reliable source. So, why both? And that goes back to just the idea of checks and balances, because impeachment comes from the House of Representatives and conviction comes from the Senate. And you can see that those are both outlined in the Constitution. So it's just that idea of checks and balances, making sure that both of those places have a say. And that's important because the House and the Senate can sometimes have a majority party of two different parties. For example, the House could be majority Republican and the Senate could be majority Democrat. So, I mean, yes, they could align, sometimes they do, but the idea of each of them having a different responsibility gives the fairest chance of what really needs to happen in the situation. Now, of course, we're talking about the legality of a situation, not necessarily whether each of those places likes the president, but the idea of checks and balances stands here. So let's talk about this process. I'm going to put myself down here, up here. This works. To explain how this works. So we're going to start over here in this light blue section in the top right. So first, there has to be some crime committed or some reason for the House and the Senate to suspect that something needs to happen here. So first, a resolution is made in the House. Basically, the House says that we want to impeach said president. Then the House begins to investigate, and they use a small committee, which is just a small group of people within the House of Representatives, to investigate this situation. Then the Judiciary Committee within the House will recommend impeachment, and the whole House will vote. So basically, that small committee will approach the entire House and say, we'd like to vote on impeaching this president. A simple majority means impeachment. So the president can be impeached and stop here, but not necessarily be convicted. So again, simple majority greater than 50% means impeachment. So let's say for this example, the president is impeached. Now we move to the Senate. Now the Senate will have a trial. Each side will present evidence of why the president should be convicted of this crime. Then there is deliberation. The senators will serve as a private jury. They're going to contemplate whether or not they think that a conviction should take place. The Senate will vote. A supermajority, which means that 2/3 of the Senate have to approve it to convict the president. Then the president can be removed. So you can see here that the president can be impeached but not necessarily convicted, which means that the president can be impeached but not necessarily removed from office. Interesting, right? Now, in the cases in the past where we've seen impeachment, we have not seen impeachment, conviction, and removal from office. We have seen impeachment and then resignation, where the president just decides themselves that they would like to quit being president and leave. So that way, yes, they were technically impeached, but they were not convicted or removed from office. Fascinating. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, removal from office. If the House votes to impeach and the Senate votes to convict, that person is out of office. So, if you would like to save this resource, we have already been through all of this information. Go ahead and scan that QR code on your phone. You can use that. You can also type in the URL if you'd prefer it on your computer. This resource comes directly from iCivics. It was the one we used on the previous slide as well. If you just want to save that, keep it for your notes for today, you can totally do that. And guess what, folks? That is all I have for you for now. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to follow me on Twitter at Giulia Pucci EDU. Scan the QR code on the left side of your screen and visit my website. You can find my contact information there as well. That is all I have for you for today, and I will see you in the next lesson. Thank you, and bye.